10 years, due to redistricting, every senator in the Texas Senate goes on the ballot, every incumbent. Once every 10 years, we get a chance to clean out the upper chamber of the Texas Congress. This is the year. If we were fortunate to get any conservative legislation out of the House at all, it died in that graveyard called the Texas Senate. You can throw a rock in the Texas Senate and you will hit a liberal with an R behind their name or a D behind their name. It doesn't matter. This next lady, every time she sees me, she throws daggers at me because she claims that I talked her into doing this madness. But she's going up against Robert Nichols out of East Texas, a senator who, quite frankly, in my opinion, is embarrassing as someone who would call himself a conservative. To see this guy debate on the voter ID bill this last session against someone like Royce Rest was absolutely embarrassing. It was embarrassing. And the problem that we have as conservatives, those of us who are really what Lori likes to call the 2%ers, the folks that really indeed follow what's happening, you know, in the political arena, do all the block walking, do all the phone calling, really do all the research. We know what's going on. The electorate doesn't. And Tammy's opponent, the incumbent, is a classic example of this. Come up to Austin, act as your basic rhino, your basic liberal, and then go back behind the pine curtain and tell everybody that he's a conservative, this chameleon act, this facade. We're going to expose him this election cycle. The people behind the pine curtain are going to know that they're not getting conservative representation. This is a Tea Party activist, led a Tea Party group up there in the Tyler area, just below the Tyler area. I want everybody to give a warm welcome to a real saint and patriot. This is Tammy Blair.
Good evening, Patriots.
Good evening.
I understand the Politburo released new unemployment statistics. And Chairman Obama was seen on the White House lawn patting himself on the back. I was coming into Austin today and I saw a sign that said that there was a no tree pruning ordinance in effect. If I lived in Austin, I'd be trimming my trees, whether they needed it or not. That's the kind of gal I am. Now, they told me not to read a speech because it's tacky, but I work too. So today, while I was at work, I wrote a few things down. I might have to look at it, so I hope you'll forgive me. But my name is Tammy Blair. I'm a native Texan. I don't know how many generations. We don't count that far back in families that work. I'm also a wife to Jim. We're about to celebrate our, I don't remember which anniversary anymore, 22nd, 23rd?
Seems like 50.
Yeah. We'll talk. I have 3 children. Sarah is 20 and she is a junior at Baylor. I have a son, James, who's 18 and he is a thorn in my side. And a daughter, Savannah, who is, how old is she? 16. That one we don't have any pictures of, but I'm sure she's mine. But I'm also a constitutional conservative candidate for the Texas Senate. And I'm a little put out with flavor. I don't know what he was thinking. In The Unvanquished by Faulkner, at one point he wrote, "This is my chance to see if I am who I think I am, or if I just hope. My chance to do what I have taught myself is right, or just wish that I were." Ladies and gentlemen, the time for hoping and wishing is past. Yeah. Our present and our future require conviction and commitment to the principles that founded this republic and to restoring it to its proper form. Now, Sam Houston once said that Texas has yet to learn submission to any oppression, come from what source it may. Today our freedom is under direct assault from enemies both foreign and domestic. But where is Texas? Silent. We have to ask ourselves why. In the land of the Alamo and Goliad and San Jacinto, why are we silent? I stand here this evening, I beg your pardon, and echo Thomas Jefferson when I say that by the God that made me, I will cease to exist before I yield my natural born rights to tyranny and oppression. Now, there are quite a few of us, 10 of us will be up here tonight, and we ask you to stand with us, and this is going to be hard work. Okay, let there be no doubt. But I am committed with every cell in my body to seeing my children live free. In the winter of 1776, as General Washington was preparing to cross the Delaware, the troops were discouraged. It was cold, they didn't have enough provisions. So Thomas Paine sat down and wrote, and he said, "These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from duty to his country." In 2012, just as in 1776, we have sunshine patriots shrinking from duty to their country. And they're in Austin. We have to take a stand because the world is watching. I know it, I've seen them. I've seen cameras and crews from foreign countries waiting to see what Texas was going to do. They know us, they know our flag. They know the shape of our state, no matter where you go. If you say, "I'm from Texas," they know what that means. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of my state because we have elected sunshine patriots too many times. We have to take a stand. When we do, we will inspire and empower the other 49 states. And they will be with us. They now propose to stop the NDAA. They propose to nullify Obamacare. Nothing happened in Austin, and I want to know why. Our time is short, friends. We cannot afford to remain silent any longer. We cannot afford to sit quiet while Austin fails to defend us. We cannot afford to fail our children. So stand with us today. Defend Texas, defend liberty, and change the world. Thank you.
It's Tammy Blair running in SD3. And I want to remind the candidates, if you have a website up, if you have a Facebook fan page, inform the attendees here of what those are, so you guys can go. You can check out their fan pages, you can check out their websites, and hopefully as the election cycle continues, you will become a continuing micro donor to their campaigns.